Hi, I'm Jeff Kornberg, and on this episode of The Dragon's Tomb, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Small World. In Small World, players take on the role of tabletop gamers who have just finished playing a generic board game and are competing to see who can put the most pieces back in the box. The game comes with two different boards to choose from. The larger board is for players who are taller than 5'8", while the smaller board is for players who are shorter. Pick the appropriate board for your group and place it in the center of the table. These are race tokens and their banners. There are 15 different types that are all based on generic characters frequently found in board games. However, the pictures and symbols on them are just for show and don't actually mean anything. They're all just part of the theme, trying to make everything seem like the most generic, stereotypical fantasy game. Arrange the tokens randomly all over the map, making it look like you just finished playing a real game. Then, stack up these generic terrain and building pieces in the top left of the board, put these race banners and power badges on the side, place the crown at the end of this thing that looks like it could be some kind of a turn tracker, and then just throw these other leftover pieces pretty much wherever you want. These are the victory point tokens you'll use to keep track of how many pieces you put back in the box. Keep them in the box. Now you're ready to start playing. The object of the game is to be the player who puts the most pieces back into the box, thus earning the most victory points. The tallest player goes first. On your turn, take the die and roll it. If you roll 0, your turn is immediately over. However, if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you may take that many pieces from the fake play area and put them back into the box. It doesn't really matter which pieces you choose. Even though they all look different, every piece is functionally identical. Again, their unique artwork and symbols are just part of the incredible theming done to make them feel like parts of an actual game. For every piece you put in the box, collect 1 victory point. Alternatively, instead of putting pieces back in the box after a successful roll, you may choose to roll the die again. If you do, multiply your die rolls together. You may now put away that total number of pieces, or you can continue rolling. There is no limit to how many times you can roll the die and multiply your results. Even getting just a few successful rolls in a row can lead to a massive amount of victory points. However, if at any point you roll a 0, the previous rolls are all negated, your turn ends, and you don't get to put anything away. So, take your extra rolls very carefully. As more and more pieces are put back into the box, you'll eventually start filling different parts of the insert. Anytime a player puts in the final piece to completely fill one of the storage compartments, they collect 10 extra victory points. Finally, once every piece has been taken from the fake play area and put away, the end of the game is triggered. Count up your victory point tokens, putting them back in the box as you go. Then, take an additional victory point token for each one of those you put back into the box. Count up the points on these new tokens and add it to your previous total to get your final score. The player with the most points has put away the most pieces and wins the game. All in all, this game is a blast to play, and I really love how spot on it is with its overdone, unimaginative, generic fantasy elements. When it's out on the table, it really feels like it could be any one of the other thousands of games out there that all have this kind of uninspired, hackneyed theme. Also, it's convenient that, when the game is over, almost all the pieces are already back in the box. It's super easy to dump them all back out onto the table, then slide everything into a paper bag where you can store them until the next time you play.